Hello, John here again, and welcome to episode 24. 24 episodes. It's been a while doing this, but in this episode we're going to be trying to add the scoring system. So we're going to focus on the successful landing part of it. Now we've got it sorted and it's working and it lands okay. We're going to see if we can do the scoring of that part of the piece of software. But first, before I wanted to do that, I wanted to give you the end result of trying to add a backing track to it. Because as you saw in the last video, I wasn't quite successful enough to get it working while I was recording. So I spent the last couple of days looking at it and trying to understand what was going on. So let's have a look. And so as you can see, everything is still the same. Let's get rid of that. Everything is still the same. We initialize it, we set it up, I return back out, and then we've got the RRQ bit that does the playing effectively, and then we're loading it in. Now for some reason the I think it was Dark Towers trying to do, wasn't it? It just wouldn't do it. I loaded it in, I'd configured it, and it just kept crashing. I got Deflector to work, and that's what put me on to what I considered being the right thing. So what I've done is we still have the setup of the SID chip here, and then we just let it play on the IRQ. And so, and the only difference is for some reason it just wouldn't have it for that one. So I got Deflector working, and I've had to move the game code from where it was to now 4000, because where it was loading in is at 1000, and that's not Deflector, because I've picked another SID tune because I quite liked it and I wanted to be different. I didn't want to use an existing game SID for this. So just to show you it working, here we go. So F5. So just to show you, so we know that's where all the characters are. So it goes to 3000, and 3000 is where all the the 2A is where all our sprites are. 3000 is where all the characters are, and then that goes up to 3800 effectively. So the next natural place was hex 4000 for the game. So that's where the game is. And if we scroll all the way down to the bottom, because that's where we've put the code for the music, there we go. So this is where the code for running the music is, and then the music starts at 1000, and it's called Acid Mix. So here we go. I'm going to close this. Now, what do you think to that music? You think it's appropriate for this game? I do. Anyway, what we're going to try and do is see if we can land it. Here we go. Slow it down. There we go, it's landed. So what I'm going to try and do is when it lands, we're going to see how much fuel's left, and we're going to work out how much fuel needs to be added to the scoreboard. and in our difficulty matrix we've got the multiplier for each of these landing zones. So what we're going to try and do is, what I want to do is watch this decrease down as we increase the total down here. So that's the plan. So let me just shut this down. So what I want to do is, I have got a scoring system that I used in that the pet Frogger thing, but that relies on the characters on the screen, and we're adding digits to the characters on the screen. And back then it was, you know, as well, I was young, didn't quite know everything about it, and so what I want to do is I want to do something else that allows us to use the decimal mode of the 6502, and that's the plan. So let's have a look. So I've been on, let me get it. I've been on, is it still open? Yes it is. I went onto the Codebase 64 site, and they've got this little routine for a scoring system, and it's using decimal mode, which is what I want to do. Is I want to show how to create a scoring system using this decimal mode. And basically what it does, it sets it in decimal mode, it clears the carry, it adds, this is the value we want to add, and we're adding it to score byte 1, and then storing it back in score byte 2, and then we're loading score byte 2, adding 0, storing it, and doing it all the way around. And this allows you to do the bytes. Now each byte is going to be 2 significant figures in base 10. So score 1 is going to be 1s and 10s, score 2 is going to be hundreds and then thousands, and then score 3 is going to be tens of thousands and then hundreds of thousands. So I think that's a big enough range for our little scoreboard. So we're going to have 6 digits, and not only have they got the routine to add, they've also got partial routine on how to display it on the screen. So this is what we're going to use. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create the scoreboard update system, and then we are going to create the display system. So hopefully we'll get this all done in this video, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully. So let's get started. So here we are. So what we're going to do, where we're going to put this, where we're going to put this system. Do we create another ink lib folder? Because we're possibly going to reuse it, aren't we, in other projects? Yeah, why not? Alright then, so we'll create a new file. New file, assembly, and we're going to call it ink scoring system. That'll do. Right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to create a macro. So let's copy the macros, standard functions, there we go. So the first one is going to be, and I think it's end m, if my memory serves me correct. So this is going to be lib scoring and we're not taking values, we're going to be taking address. So we want an address, an address. I think that's it. So the first one is going to be address of score to add, and that will be of a value 0 to 255. And then the second one is the address of the score. That's it. So the address of the score to add and the address of the score. Right. Where is the code? There it is. So let's do a quick copy and we'll paste it in. There we go. Move it across. Right then. So we're set in decimal mode. Okay. Then we're going to load in the value of X points to add. And because it's an address, we want to load the address in. Then we're going to add that score to number 2. Why am I pressing 0? So that's the 1 to 10s, and then we store it back in 2, and then score 2 will be the next digit, so +1. Add it, and that's going to store it in +1, and then we do the same here. Let 2 + 2, and that's going to be the tens of thousands, and that adds back to score. That doesn't sound right. Why are we adding it back to score? I bet that's a typo. I bet that's meant to be score 3. So just to clear the thing, sorted. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's the last time I'm going to say that this episode. Dear. Right. So the next one is just a filament, because what you're doing is you're working backwards now. You're loading score 3, adding that, LSR in it, or in it with 30 to get the ASCII, and then storing it in the screen position of that particular element, and then you do the same. So it's like doing hex, where you have to work out both characters. So we're going to do the similar sort of thing, but this needs to be a macro in its own right. So we'll copy that and we'll put it in here, and we'll create another macro, which is def m lib scoring underscore display score set, call it that, and then it's the location and the screen location. So the score address location is /1, and /2 equals the screen position address. And end M. So we'll paste it in. Move it across. So we'll load in the score value, which is /1. So we are filtering off the hundred and thousands. Then we are adding the escape, and then it's the screen position. So that screen position is /2. And then back to /1 again, making it tens and thousands. So it's very similar to working out the hex value, and that's going to be screen position +1. Cool. Save that. So now that's doing the score set. So what we need to do is now create one called display score, and which is basically doing all the different sets. So we're going to have 3 sets, so we need to run this 3 times. So display score, and we're saying the score locate, that's where the score address location and the screen location. So first one would be then is, oops, so we're talking, we have to do the big ones first. So that's /1 +2, comma, keep forgetting the comma, John, and then /2, which is the screen location. Yeah. And then we do the next one, /1 +1, and then +2, and then do it again, which is just /1. This one is +4. So that should do the displaying of the score. So have I got any locations for scoring? So the multiplier must be in here somewhere. Is the multiplier in there? Doesn't look like it. Right, so where's the multiplier? Let's have a look. Landing pad multipliers is after thrust cost. Yeah, thrust cost. So this is the multiplier here. These are the multipliers. So thrust thrust. So this is. So we need to create some. So we haven't loaded them in because we need to store them in the. We need some memory. So yeah. First We could put it there if we wanted to, but do we want to? As our Y value, no, our Y value is not, so we can put it here. So score multiplier pad 1. Right, no, I'm using that because I was told off for using break, so I'll do that. Pad 2, pad 3. So there's the multipliers. So store it in multiplier 1, multiplier 2, and multiplier 3. So we can now retrieve those values and use them. Then we need some memory space for the scoring. So scoreboard, that's what we'll call it. And it is, we'll say it's 3 bytes, isn't it? So byte 0,0,0. Right, so in the setup we need to clear out, here we go, we need to clear out that. So store in scoreboard, and then store in scoreboard +1, and then store in scoreboard +2. So that's initializing it. We need to work out where we want to put the score. So let's have a look at the screen. So there's the screen. So we want to put it somewhere down here. So if we say there, so if we start it there, what's addressed that? It's at the bottom. Let's can you see it? Yeah, you can see it now. So it's at the bottom. Oh, Windows 10 in its infinite wisdom. So the address, character address for there is 07D4. There you go, 07D4. You can just see it. So that's what we're going to use for our first screen location, is 07D4. Okay, so we need to put that in our constants. So we'll put it in here. So SC display scoring equals $07D4. Location, and that's where we're going to do the scoring. So just so we can get it, see if it works, what we're going to do is when we initialize it, we're setting up the fuel, and so I think we should GB, what's GB? It's got to be game something, game or bars. So I think we would put it under game memory, the initialization of the screen. So GM set up scoring display, and then we'll put an RTS in it, and basically that needs to be this. So put that in, and we'll, so the first one, the first thing was the scoreboard, isn't it? So it's the scoreboard. So scoreboard, comma, and then in constants it was this. And then we return. So that should put us our characters on the screen. So this is going to be interesting. Will it work? Because we're 28 minutes into it and we haven't even done anything. Not done anything. So I can see this is going to be a two-parter, I think. Anyway, let's try it. F5. Do we get any errors? Yes, we do. Oh. That is because I forgot to include it. Lib scoring system. .asm. Right, F5. File not found. Ink. Oh, ink. Oh, I should have made it. Oh well, it's ink. I'll rename it. I think I'm going to have to rename that. That is wrong. It's lib. Rename. Lib. Change that back to lib. Because it's a library. It's not included code. Right. F5. We've still got an error. Invalid instruction. Invalid instruction. Well, that's not the line, mate. That is not the line. So he's on about game memory. I wonder if it's this. Too many operators in expression. That's definitely. There's nothing wrong with that. It's got to be this. Invalid instruction or macro. Lib scoring display. Oh, that's what it's saying. Scoreboard +2. So it's doing the data set. Oh, is this where we can't have? Okay, maybe we can't have macros within macros. Let's grab that. Maybe it's because we can't have macros in macros. Okay, let's try doing it the traditional way. So, scoreboard +2, scoreboard +1, scoreboard. And then it's that. Right. Let's see if that fixes it. Too many operators. Too many operators. Game memory. Why is there too many operators? display score set. I don't know what's wrong with that. I have no idea what's wrong with that. How can there be too many operators? F5. Too many operators in expression. Oh. Why? Why are there too many operators in the expression? Okay. Maybe we can't have scoreboard +2. Oh dear. Okay, we're in memory, aren't we? So this is scoreboard. Okay. So we'll call it scoreboard low. Byte naught. Scoreboard mid. Byte 0. Scoreboard high. Byte 0. In fact, we'll do tens. And then it was hundreds, so this is thousands. So it's 10, then 100, thousands, 10,000s, 100, thousands. Right, let's see if this fixes it for us. So scoreboard tens. Scoreboard thousands. And then hundreds of thousands. In fact, I'm going to leave that scoreboard because we've got code elsewhere. Oh, that's annoying. Stop it. Guys, give it a rest. There we go. So now we've got to sort this out because we do +1 in this here. But to be honest, I think it's this more than the scoreboard. Let's leave that in. +1. +2. I think it's the score location that's causing the problem because we're adding 1 to it. Yeah. Arthur, you're going to have to do something about this. We should be able to it's okay. It's a 6 and an 8. So medium, high, low. Let's do that. So that, oh no, got them the wrong way around, Anna. So this is high, medium, low. So that's going to be high, medium, low. Right, let's see if that solves it. No. Oh. How can we? Oh, must specify start. Oh. Dope. Come on. Do it. Here we go. 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 There we go. So there's our scoreboard. Right. So we've got it. We've got it on the screen. And what we're going to do is when it comes to landing, there, like that, then we're going to get it to do the working out how much fuel we've got left and turning that into a score. Right, I'm going to leave it at that because it's 40 minutes, and so this is going to be a part 2. This is going to be a 2-parter, and in the second part we're going to determine which pad we've landed on, apply the multiplier to the score, and update the scoreboard. Alright, so let me close this down. If you like the video, then please click that like button. If you didn't like the video, fine, hit the dislike button. Always leave me a comment because I try to answer them, and if you like what I do, please consider supporting the channel and becoming a patron of mine. All the money raised via Patreon for this channel goes back into the channel. And with that, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye. I'd like to thank all the patrons that are contributing to my channel. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. Thank you very much.